Hi ladies, it's Coach Burke here. I'm coming to you on a super beautiful February day. I think that for those of you who have tryouts tonight, it is going to be an absolutely gorgeous day to be out on the lacrosse field. Hopefully better than last night's tryout night where it was quite damp and cool and muddy. So hopefully tonight will be a bit more enjoyable for you, at least weather-wise. So I know that we have a lot of girls who are underclassmen, so our freshmen and our sophomores, who are trying out for the varsity team. I know that we have a lot of 8th graders who are trying out for JV. And I know that we have quite a few girls who are brand new to the sport of lacrosse. So lots of people trying out, lots of different skill levels. And so what I wanted to do is take some time to talk to you about what happens if you do not make the team that you're hoping to make, or what happens if you do not make any team at all. How do you handle that? So I am not going to candy coat that. It hurts. You know, we've all been there, or at least many of us have been there. I know that I have, when I have not made a team that I was hoping to make. And I remember feeling so deflated and sad, and how could I not make that team? I had a choice at that point. Did I let that stop me and just go ahead and give up, or did I let that fuel me to become a better athlete, a better person? And so I'm sure you can guess the path that I chose to take, and it's one that I hope that you choose to take as well. If you do not make the team of your choice, or if you do not make any team, it does not mean that this is the end of your sports career. It does not mean that this is the last time you get the opportunity to play this particular sport. It's a life lesson. In my opinion, it's a chance for you to grow and to fuel yourself to move forward. So, we talked a little bit yesterday about those things that are within your control. Those things that I think that each of us gets a chance to control are our attitude and our effort. Okay, so going out there and really showing that we want to be there, and then putting forth our very best, 100% effort of our skill level. And so those things are within your control. Things that aren't within your control are the who's showing up, who else is there trying out. So if you've been playing for a short time, or this is your first year, and there is someone else who comes and who, you know, maybe has been playing for the past 5, 6, 7 years, you have no control over that. If someone has been playing at a club level and getting specialized instruction, you have no control over that. Okay, so you not making the team of your choice, or you not making any team, just means that for this particular team, for this particular tryout, you didn't have the skill level that you needed yet. Okay, it doesn't mean that you can't get it. It just means at this point in time, there were girls there who were more skilled than you were. Okay, so how do we handle that? So first and foremost, you have to feel your feelings. So if you were hoping to be on varsity and you get called on the JV team, and while that might feel like, oh my gosh, super let down, you might feel angry, you might feel sad, you might feel deflated, I'm going to challenge you instead to shift that mindset and say, okay, you know what? I didn't make varsity. Now what? What's my action plan going to be? And so, in my opinion, you get this chance to shine and to really show who you are on that JV field. You get to go out and hopefully step into a role of leadership for that JV team, and you get to work on your skills by hopefully getting a lot more playing time and touching the ball a lot more than you might have done had you been at the lower tier of that varsity team. So shifting your mindset and really stepping into this new role, and once again, controlling your attitude, I want to be there. I'm happy to still be playing, and the effort. I'm going to show my coach that I have what it takes to make the varsity team next year. Okay, so those are your action steps. If you are someone who tried out and didn't make any team, okay, I really want you to know that, once again, this is not an end of the world. I'll never play this sport again. I'll never make a team type of deal. This is a how do I bounce back from this? How do I take this experience and really grow from it? And how do I let it fuel me to move forward? And so for you, once again, I want you to feel those feelings. You got to lean into it. Talk to your parents, okay? Parents really want to be there for you and they want to help you. So just talk to them. Talk to one of your friends. Let them know, hey, this really sucks. I really wanted to play. Talk to a former coach. Talk to me, okay? I'm here for you. I know how these moments can really feel like just the worst things ever. But feel those feelings, and then let's move toward acceptance. Okay, I didn't make the varsity team. I didn't make the JV team. Now what? What does that mean for me? So let's go over some strategies. One thing that one thing I like when players do is when they come and say, "Hey, Coach Burke, I really wanted to make this and I didn't. What can I do, or what didn't I do? Can you please give me some feedback on how I can improve so that hopefully in the future I can make this team?" I think that shows just a lot of courage when you can do that with the coach. If you can't do it face-to-face, email, okay, just as good. And hopefully you get that feedback. So your coaches probably know of opportunities in the area, whether it be rec leagues or whether it be clinics. A lot of colleges put on clinics on holiday weeks or in the summer. And so that might be a really good opportunity to grow. A lot of club teams in the area put on clinics, and so your coaches hopefully have some information about that for you. Those are all ways to really just show that you want to make progress. Ask someone on the team, right? I think that's something sometimes we forget, that there are people who have been playing this sport for quite a while, and they're willing to help you. So maybe ask someone on one of the teams if they would be willing to meet you on a Saturday morning and shoot some goals. Bring them a cup of Starbucks or whatever you might like to drink, or a donut or a bagel or something, and just see if they'll give you some time on the weekend. Another great way to improve your skill. Another thing is maybe you could say to your coaches, hey, I didn't make the team, but I still really want to be a part of this. Can I be your team manager? Still helps you to make those connections and to be a part of the team. Or maybe you really want to play and you want to figure out, how do I learn from them? So perhaps you could approach one of the coaches and say, look, I know I didn't get a spot this year. I really want to learn, and I really want to make this team in the future. Can I be a practice player? And that's where you'll show up and you'll watch practices. You can participate in practices. You're not going to be an official member of the team. You're not going to be playing in the games, but you're there and you're putting in the time and the effort, and that really speaks volumes to your character. And then I guess one of the last points in this is to figure out what was fueling you to try out for this team in the first place. For some of you, it's going to be, I love this sport, and I just really want to get better at this. For other people, it might be, I was hoping to make some new friends, or I was hoping to get in better shape. And so I think if you can look at the reasons behind why you really wanted to make this team, that there might be different opportunities out there for you this season, so you're not on the team and you want to make new friends. How else can you do that? Well, I know that our middle school and high schools have a ton of clubs and organizations, and they want you to get involved in it. Maybe that's, a venue to look at. If it's to get in better shape, well, are there some classes that you can take? Or there are a couple girls who maybe didn't make the team as well who want to go for a run with you. There's so many different ways to go about, what your priority was in the first place for trying out. So whether that was to really play the sport, then you're going to be looking at opportunities to get some time with people who know the skill levels or that are needed for the team and who are going to work on that with you. Might be a teammate, it might be a clinic, it might be watching practices, it might be putting in your own time, and getting out there against a wall and just practicing on your own, watching YouTube videos on skills. If it's making new friends, let's look around and see what other ways, being a team manager, going out and finding a club or an organization or a rec team to be a part of. If it's to get in better shape, well, a million ways to do that. So, you're going to look at this as an opportunity to grow. You're going to look at this as an opportunity to bounce back from a life lesson, that didn't exactly go the way you were hoping it would go, and really use this to fuel you to move forward. So I think that there is something out there for every single person. It might not be easy to figure it out right away, but you've got resources. You've got people like myself who want to help you figure out that path. So, no matter what happens this week, hold your head high and know that you are just an awesome, amazing human being and that there is something waiting for you. All right? Best of luck to everyone for the rest of the week for tryouts, and hopefully you get outside and really enjoy this gorgeous day. All right, ladies, I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.